I remember for 5 days straight, I skipped my alarm that went off at 6 a.m. and I went back to sleep. I was meant to wake up and work on my channel. And then on the sixth day, before I get to the sixth day, whether I woke up or not, the fifth day, I went boxing with my friend. We were having a good laugh. It was the first time I genuinely felt like really good about myself. Even if it was only like for a few hours, I felt much better. The next morning, I swear to God, I woke up, I worked on my channel from like 6 until 7:30 a.m., which was something that I had never done before. I never woke up early. My whole life, I'd always slept in. And it made me realize when you have genuinely good friends, they don't distract you. Like, for example, yesterday, I was working most of the day at my YouTube, and then when I finished, I ate, I cooked a meal, 1 hour break, and then I did like work for my other work, the paid work shit. I don't want to get too much into that. And then I went to box. Even though I finished like all my worst work tasks like late, that was still an amazing day because, you know, a few times throughout the day, I'm checking the boys chat, they make me laugh a bit. I know like, oh, in a few weeks, me and the boys are going to be together every day. I know that I have plans this weekend. I'm going on a date on Friday. I'm going on Saturday. This is not all like 100% confirmed, but just to get the general gist, on Saturday, I'm going to the beach. We're going to go to the library. We're going to do a bunch of shit with one of my super close friends. Maybe go to this really nice spot, really nice view in Hong Kong. And then on Sunday, I might go to the waterfalls in like a little far away. But I have super hype plans, and I finally have friends who actually want to do shit, and I think that's the reason why I'm super happy or like really enjoying life. Obviously, you know, I've been sobering up and like that stuff, and I haven't been going out much, and I've been trying to like dedicate more. So obviously I'm gonna start to enjoy the work more. But like the big thing is I still have my friends to look forward to. I didn't stop going on nights out, and now I have no friends and I'm sit by myself. At least now I have friends who we can do like fun shit together. We can go on like a side quest. We can go train together, and that really makes my days better. In this video, I'm gonna explain like some simple things you need to do to make some new friends. It's less like conversation advice. It's more like a practical video. Before I get into it, if you want more of like that social skills advice, because I understand what I'm about to describe to you is gonna feel like an impossible jump. You know, you might be social, but you might not be that social, right? I get that. So if you want, you can book a free call with me. It's 30 minutes. I'm doing mentorship. Like that call is genuinely free. I'll give you the best advice I can. But then in the call, we can decide, oh, maybe if you want to work with me and be mentored by me, we can sort something out. And I guarantee at least within a month, you'll make at least one super close friend. And we can arrange a deal or whatever I can like try and get from you. And if you don't hit that goal, I'll give you a full refund, bro. On top of that, I got my free social skills guide coming to my Discord server. So join the Discord and subscribe. There's plenty of free content. I remember my friend, he came to my boarding school when I was in my second year of boarding school. As soon as he was there, I invited him, yo, let's go dinner tonight. Let's go gym. Let's go to the city and get some food. I planned so much shit with him. We hung out like genuinely 3 to 12 hours at least a week, minimum. We were always together whenever we had free time. And so something that I realized, it would have been just as easy for me to not invite him to do things, and we probably wouldn't have hung out that much. You know, we would have still been close, but I don't think we would have been that like anywhere near as close as spending hours and hours and hours together for weeks on weeks. You know, we know each other so well. We know each other like what's been going on in each other's lives. We caught up like nearly every few days and knew every little detail, right? You got to be the organizer sometimes and put in a special effort. Even though sometimes your friends don't really invite you to a lot of things, you still should put the effort in and be the organizer, because a lot of the time people just like, somebody has to be the organizer, and sometimes people are so good in every area except they just don't really plan that much. And that's okay. Honestly, the more you plan with somebody, the more likely you're gonna get close. And it doesn't, why would you be ashamed? Yet you're the one who planned it. Like the other person's happy you planned it. They didn't want to plan it, you know? So learn to like organizing things. It doesn't need to be super deep. No like fucking itinerary. Like one of my friends was visiting from the UK. This guy had a full itinerary for his friend's holiday, hour by hour. I'm like, if it was me, I would have like something to do every day, and then I would just be like, yeah, you guys come in or not. Like I wouldn't give a fuck, right? you don't need to be like an anal organizer, you know. Sometimes the details, like, oh, we need to book this thing from 3 to 5, like whatever, but most of the time, don't worry about it too much. It's not that deep. The next thing, I want to tell you the story about how I finally got my like dream friend group together. One of these guys, the guy that I would hang out with a lot at school in my last story, he was visiting Hong Kong. My other friend who was visiting from the US, one of my childhood super close friends was visiting. And we hung out like quite a lot one-on-one. And then I decided, oh, let's get my best friend and these other 2 guys all together. And then the guy from the original, this is getting confusing, right? Basically 5 of us, we came together. One of them I wasn't that close with, but the other 3 were my super close friends. And we came together, and before every like night out that we'd go to, before every party, during like the summer holiday, you know how it is in summer holiday, when you're more social, there's a lot going on, and like it's really easy to go on nights out in Hong Kong. So before every night out, we would go to a dinner, we would eat, and then we would go out. And it started to be this awesome little friend group we had going. And it was the first time in my whole life I felt like the friends I had around me really loved me, and it genuinely changed my personality for good. It was the first time like I was actually happy with who I am. Like in a weird way, I was still like I'm not satisfied with who I am. Like I feel like I'm pretty sick. I feel that a lot of the time, but I also don't think I've gone far enough in my channel, all that. But that like before it was like a crippling insecurity that I was like never gonna be good enough. But after that holiday, like I still want to do more and be better, but that like painful insecurity kind of went away. Like, oh, my boys love me, you know? That made my life like a lot better. Even every day, even when I didn't speak to them, it made my life so much better. I know that this might not actually seem that easy practically, but I literally made a video on, it's called How to Meet Your Dream Friend Group. Go watch that, bro. It should be like the full in-depth slideshow one. It's like a 30-minute video on every step you need to take and everything you need to understand to meet your dream friend group. This video I'm kind of just like going through because I wanted to make this point real quick. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you a few things that aren't really like social skills. They're kind of like a little bit, but it's a bit different. Since I started boarding school, I was soft launching the idea, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a gap year. My parents would be like, no, don't do that. And I just wouldn't respond. After like 2 years of constantly saying, yeah, I'm taking a gap year after school. I'm so excited to do this after school. I'm gonna work here after school. I'm gonna do this after school, boxing this, or whatever the fuck you wanna do in your life. You keep mentioning it, you keep soft launching it. When your parents get defensive, just ignore it. They're just trying to argue with you a lot of the time. Eventually, when I was nearly done with school, I was like, yeah, I'm taking a gap year. And my parents were like, yeah, we knew that the whole time. The first time I mentioned it, they lost their shit. They're like, what? No fucking way. You're gonna go straight to university. I'm like, bro, I wasn't having that. Like, I wanna live my life. I don't care. You need to have this mentality. No one controls you. Like, do whatever you want. This is some like advice that has got me in a lot of shit, to be fair. But if you just like choose it a little bit, like if you use this advice a little bit more sparingly than I did, you don't need to do this all the time with everything, right? I think I went too far using this advice, but when there's something really important to you, like taking a gap year is a perfect example of, you know, you don't want to go straight to uni, you want to do this course, or you want to fucking go live somewhere. I don't know what you want to do, bro. But when you really want to do something, you got to make it happen. And you just got to soft launch it. You got to be like, no, I am doing that. And then when people try and argue with you, you ignore them, you walk away, you let them argue with themselves. That's a lot of the time like a really good way to get what you want. Especially, bro, because there's always some dickhead trying to control your life. Like, I'm not calling my parents a dickhead or anything, but there's always somebody who thinks that they own your life and that they can tell you what to do. It's none of their business, bro. Even me, I'm giving you advice. I'm not telling you what you need to do. I'm telling you, if you want to make good friends, here's how I did it. I'm telling you, you should really like view making friends as one of the most important things. But I'm not pointing a gun to your head and threatening you and saying like, oh, if you don't do this, we're not going to be friends, you know? Like, I'm still making these videos. I'm not forcing you to do anything. So that's how you can kind of tell when someone's forcing you to do something. A lot of the time it's self-interested. Like, self-interest is a weird thing because somebody can still be a good person and self-interested. They can donate to charity. It might still be self-interest. It makes them feel good about themselves, gives them purpose. but they're donating money. That doesn't mean they're a bad person at all. Not at all. They're clearly a great person, right? But everything is like a lot, or most human behavior is driven by self-interest. And so you just got to be aware when somebody has some kind of like ulterior motive to get from you. When your parents, some parents just kind of want like, you know, you to go to a good uni so they can flex to their friends, or they probably also want the best for you, but like, you get the point. Sometimes you got to be able to call it, nah, I'm not going to do that. One little thing, bro, I've just been waking up. I set my alarm for 10:30 a.m. every day. That's been great. Literally just the alarm goes off every day. The longer I've been doing this, the easier it is to wake. Like today was the easiest day. I've done it for a week now that I woke up, because I don't know, your body just gets used to it. You go view some sunlight for like 5-15 minutes, and then you do that every day, and eventually boom, you're waking up on time. It's like, as long as you're waking up, I think waking up after 11 is like kind of stupid actually. From like what I've tested, I get like way less done when I wake up after 11. When I wake up at like 12 or 1, I get like fuck all done. And I can't do that. I'm on a gap year, so I really don't recommend that. And the last thing is, I was working this job. This is kind of related to the, you know, tough decisions. My parents really didn't want me to quit it, but it was a restaurant job. I didn't really give a fuck. I just tried it out. I was like, it's kind of ass. And I got paid. Like, I made a little bit of money and all that. I'm working somewhere else. I'm working, I don't want to expand too much on what I'm doing for work, but I basically left this job even though my dad said, don't leave it, pretty much. And I was like, nah. I messaged my boss. I'm like, nah, I'm dipping. Sorry. I said to my dad, like, I'm sorry I left. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Because otherwise I would have been working that job for months. And I fucking hated that job. Like, it wasn't a bad job. Like, it was okay. It wasn't horrible life quality. But it was a restaurant job, man. I was getting my ass kicked, like, oh, do these chores. Like, you're just always getting, like, told what to do. And, like, people aren't, like, like, there was nice stuff, okay? I'm just, like, rambling a little. But I just thought it was, like, a really miserable job. That's something that I didn't want to work for my life. For me, at least. Like, maybe somebody else would love working hospitality. Just not me. Oh, shit, man. Anyways, bro. If you want my personal advice, you know, making good friends, I'm not really like a life advisor, but I feel like making really good friends leads you to live the best life. Like, for example, my best friend, he's been an amazing influence on me. Whenever I stop uploading, he's like, you fucking cunt, upload some videos. And that might seem harsh, but like, he genuinely has my best interest at heart, and I don't take it as an insult, because it's my fucking boy. So, free call, 30 minutes if you want any advice on being social, and we can discuss mentorship in the future if you want. Discord has my full social skills written guide. I'm gonna upload that soon on the Discord. Links in the description. Or just subscribe. And then if you want to help me, like or comment, bro. Dub, questions, whatever you want to say, that goes such a fucking long way. So have a great one, bro. Take care of yourself.